Hello everyone, God bless you. My name is Emery and welcome to my YouTube channel, Moments at His Feet. And this is a very exciting moment for me. This is my first ever YouTube channel, so let's get right to it. Okay, so what made me think of this YouTube channel? My testimony. What happened to me is the reason why I want to spread the love of God, is the reason why I want to spread salvation, is the reason why I wanted to create this YouTube channel. YouTube is the most well-known, well-watched, mostly used thing ever, and I want to take advantage of that and post videos of the love of God and who He is. And I want to spread who God is through my testimony in this night, in this time that I am going to put this video. So here we go. I used to be a victim of domestic abuse. I used to be a victim of a lot of things. I've felt things I should have never felt at the age that I was. I've seen things that I shouldn't have seen. I've heard things that I shouldn't have heard. I saw things I shouldn't have seen, and it damaged me. It damaged the way that I think. It damaged the way that I saw things. It damaged the way that I heard things. It damaged the way that I felt things. It damaged many things in relationships. I was never able to hold myself down. I wasn't able to make good relationships. I wasn't able to even have a good relationship with my family at one point. 4 years ago, I left the Lord. I stopped seeking God because I felt like He wasn't hearing me. I felt like He didn't care about what I needed, about what I wanted, and I started looking for happiness my own way. And I ended up at a very bad place. I started looking for relationships. I started to force relationships in my life because I felt unloved, unwanted. I always looked for validation in men, in family, friends, and I ended up hating myself. I ended up with suicidal thoughts, thinking nobody loved me. Because in every relationship that I was in, they either cheated on me or they either told me to my face I wasn't good enough. To the point where I was in a relationship that ended up in domestic violence. And no matter what I did, I was never good enough, right? And the moment that I tried to walk away, they hurt me in ways that are not just physical. And I found myself in that relationship, staying in that relationship, not because of love, not even because of respect. I found myself staying in that relationship out of fear. I felt the need to stay in that relationship in order to survive, because I felt like if there was another day that I would have done or said something or left or ran away, something really bad could have happened. And I needed to do whatever I had to do in order to stay there, in order to not get hurt anymore. And I was in survival mode. My mindset was in survival mode. Like, as long as I do this, I will not get hurt. Or as long as I do this, maybe this won't happen. But even if it wasn't physical, there was always something. Until one day, I just couldn't do it anymore. I felt like I just wanted to die. Like, just pop some pills and then fall asleep. But for some reason, I still woke up the next morning. And I questioned that day, why? Why am I alive? Why am I alive to get hurt again? Why am I alive? And on April 24th of 2020, at 12 o'clock, 12:30, around there was a tremendous man of God named Sammy Rivera who was preaching on Facebook that night, and I happened to be watching. And God called me out on that night. God called me out on that day. He called me by name. And he told me everything that I did. He told me everything. And he told me that in all of that darkness, I didn't turn away from you. I looked at your heart because I knew that you needed me. And I was like, how come? How is it that I was seen when nobody else saw me? I was loved when nobody else loved me. And that's the thing. When he told me he loved me, I believed it. I trusted every letter of the word that he said to me. How could it be that I could trust those 3 strong letters from a God that I cannot see, and I couldn't trust it from a man that I did see? And that's what I want to introduce to you today. The God that sees the unseen. The God that loves the unloved. The God that wants the unwanted. The God who picks you up when everybody throws you like trash. I want to introduce you to my God that I have served since April 24th of 2020 till this day. He has proven his love to me. He has proven my worth to myself. And I want to let you know something. It wasn't easy. Because on that day that he called me out by name, he told me he loved me, he told me he saw me. The next day, I accepted him. The next day, I wanted a change. The next day, I wanted the love that he said that he could give me. I wanted the peace that he said that he could give me. And that day, the day after he told me he loved me, was the day that I confessed my sins, and the day that I told him I want a new life, and I want you inside my heart, inside my mind. I need you to restore me, to help me, to save me. And that's what he did. I called him and he came running. And he held me in a way that I felt his presence, and I didn't want him to let me go. Until this day, he has not let me go. And on that day when I accepted him was the day that I ran from my life. Because that was the day that I told that guy, we're done. That was the day that I was able to gather all my strength and say, we're done. That was the day that I felt like, you can't touch me. And he did come to my house and waited for me outside. But I ran through the back door. And I ran to my best friend's house. And in that house, God did so many good things to me, for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't able to go down on my knees for a good 3 months. I was ashamed to present myself in the presence of God after everything that I've done. But I still spoke to him. I took my journal and I wrote letters to God, and I told him my feelings, and I told him my needs and my wants, and I told him everything I needed. And in those little pieces of paper, I know he read them. Because every word came to pass. Every word, he responded back to me. I asked him to help me to let him go. And the person that I thought was the love of my life ended up turning into a speck of dust in my eyes. Because the love of my life became God. To the point that there was one day that he did come to my best friend's house. Because he wanted to apologize. And he wanted to start things over. But there was something different. There was something that shifted in me. That I was no longer scared. That I no longer needed him. That I no longer wanted him. I smiled at him and was able to say no. I smiled at him and was able to say get out. I was able to say leave. I was able to say I am pure and holy. I am a child of God. I am a princess. I am a child of a king. You will not be able to touch me again. And I remember me walking away from him with my head held high. And the tears that came down my face were tears of joy because I wasn't afraid anymore. I did something I was not able to do because of fear. But you see, the Bible says that God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us power, love, and self-control. And that's exactly what I felt that day. I felt power, love, and self-control. That there was no fear in me that day. And I want to talk about moments at his feet. Moments at Jesus' feet. And being at the feet of Jesus is the most humble places to be. Humbling yourself in the presence of God will get you lifted up in ways that you never thought possible. And I felt like every single time I wrote a letter, I wrote a word, and I cried my tears, I felt him next to me, near me, his presence hugging me, him whispering, I love you, him whispering, I'm here, him whispering, nobody's going to hurt you again. And the verse that I put in my descriptions of this channel, and it says, as she stood behind him at his feet weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears. Then she wiped them with her hair, kissed them, and poured perfume on them. But I chose this verse mainly because who the woman is in this verse. This woman was a sinful woman. This woman used that perfume with her encounters with men, with the days that she had with men. But this verse identifies the last time she ever uses that oil, pouring it out all at the feet of Jesus. And the verses before this, even the verses after this, the men who were around Jesus, the men who were in the place where the woman wet Jesus' feet, cried at his feet, and poured perfume on his feet, they judged her. They said, this woman is a sinful woman. Why is Jesus allowing her to cry at his feet? He is too holy for a sinner to be at his feet. He is too holy for a woman like this to be touching him. And it reminds me of the time that God called me. It maybe reminds you of the time that God called you. Or maybe you never had that moment where you got the chance to cry at the feet of Jesus, because you were too afraid of being accused of all your sin, of all your dirtiness, unholiness. And so this day, you don't find yourself at his feet. At this day, you haven't done it yet. You haven't humbled yourself because you don't feel worthy to be at his feet. But I'm going to say it again. The God that I am introducing you guys today, if you don't know him, is a God who loves, who forgives, who wants you, who loves you, who forgives you, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, where you've been, no matter where you are right now. He loves you, forgives you, wants you. And this woman who poured her perfume at the feet of Jesus was her form of humility, saying, this is who I was. This is who I am. And I am surrendering everything. I'm surrendering my fears. I'm surrendering my doubts. I am surrendering my sin. I am surrendering my faults. I'm surrendering all these negative thoughts in my mind. I'm surrendering everything that I've ever done. Everything that I've ever felt, seen, and heard. I'm surrendering it all at your feet. I am pouring out my last bit of perfume at your feet. I'm going to use it to show you that I need you. to show you that I want you. And even if those men were criticizing her, calling her a sinner, she did not care. That woman did not care. I'm pretty sure she heard them speak badly about her, but she did not care. She was at a place that they were not. She was at the feet of Jesus. She was kissing his feet, the feet that were once nailed to a cross. She was kissing them. She was anointing them with her oil. The perfume that fell at his feet most likely smeared all over the floor, smeared all over her dress. That perfume that fell at Jesus' feet fell on her. It made Jesus smell like her, and it made her smell like him. That means she no longer smelled like sin. She no longer smelled or looked the way she used to. Now she smells like Jesus. Now she looks like Jesus. And that's what happens after you humble yourself. You look different. You smell different. You act different. Because there's a love and a peace that you've received that you have never gotten before. And that is my goal here. And these videos that I am going to post after this one, this is my goal. To lead you to the feet of Jesus. And if you don't know who Jesus is, my goal is to lead you to know him. To get to know him. To get to know the love that I know. To get you to know the peace that I know. That's my goal. To share real love. Not the lust that people can get, but the real love. Peace. That when you go to bed at night, you could sleep in peace. When you wake up in the morning, you could wake up in peace. I'm doing this to let you know. To let those know out there. There is nothing too dirty God can make clean. There is nothing too broken God can make whole. The Bible says that he is the potter and we are the clay. No matter how much we break, he's always there to fix us. And that's my goal here too. To lead you to come sit back at the wheel. For God to fix your crack that somebody probably hurt you. That you heard a negative thought and it shook you. That you were touched in ways you shouldn't have been touched, and now your vase is impure and you need to be cleaned. That somebody broke your heart and you need God to put it back together. Because there is no bandage that can hold the blood that pours out once your heart's been broken. But there's a God that I know, that he restores the brokenhearted, that he heals your wounds and turns them into scars and still calls you beautiful. Because he will stand in front of you and show you his hands, his feet, his side, his head, and tell you, look at my scars. Look at how much I love you, that I sacrificed myself million years ago to heal you of your wounds, to save you from all unrighteousness. And I want to lead you to the God that died for you, all for love. You have been a victim of domestic abuse. I want to lead you to the God that takes all your bruises away. That although those memories come back, those memories with God will make you stronger. And you will no longer have to be in fear. I want to speak to those who are dealing with depression, that there's a God who wants to enter into your heart, your mind, your room, and hug you and give you the peace that surpasses all understanding. I want to lead you to the God that if you're going and if you're thinking suicidal thoughts, that this is a God that tells you, I am the one that gives you life. I am the one that gives and takes away life, not you. Not you. I'm the one who has the power to give you the happiness that you need, that you keep on searching for and still lack. I am the God that in your desert I can provide water. I want to spread the love that nobody's able to give you but God himself. Because God is love. And those who do not have God cannot love you the way you deserve to be loved, treat you the way you deserve to be treated, because they don't know what love is. I want you to know what love is. I want to lead you to a man named Love. That if you're scared to use the word love for anyone else, even for yourself, there is a God that if you allow into your heart, you will once again look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself, I forgive you. Because that's what he helped me to do. The amount of times I hated myself. The amount of guilt that I had for hurting my family. The guilt that I held was no longer a burden because he took it away from me. The sleepless nights that I used to have, he gave me peace and I was able to rest. I am able to rest. And I want to lead you to trust and believe and to know that with God, you will be able to trust again. With God, you will be able to love again. With God, you'll be able to love yourself. You'll be able to forgive yourself. And if this video gives you any interest, I invite you to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, so we can both continue getting closer to Jesus and continue receiving the love and the peace of God every day of our life. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my next videos coming. God bless you guys.